I'm a Faceless creator and a Skool community owner, and I'm sick and tired of people saying that you need to have a face to your brand.
And so in this video, we're going to explore this topic and we're going to start by watching what Gary Vee has to say about it.
I'm not super comfortable putting myself as the iteration on social media.
Would you do it in voice form?
Absolutely. I'm not trying to brand myself. That's just not what my interest is.
I
But
get
do
it.
care about the information that it's teaching.
You can write it and speak under a different name.
Okay.
You can literally audio on your iPhone memos, the information no different than the way I do a video. You can literally use Midjourney, an AI tool, and be like, draw me a picture. It's insane what we can do today. And you don't have to put yourself out there. It would definitely not be disingenuous when you're trying to give away good information. I think it has a chance of being slightly less effective because humans connect with humans, but you could also flip it completely on its head and could super win. You might be able to create a virtual character. Maybe you draw a stick figure and that's what shows up in talks. People love Mickey Mouse. He's not alive.
So why would somebody even want to become a faceless creator in the first place?
I have found that there's been about 4 top reasons why, and I think I'm going to share with you like my personal reasons and then the one that I've also heard of. Mine is a health reason. So for me, I have a few health issues that came up after a really severe car accident, and showing up on a camera makes me nervous. I have like anxiety from it, especially because with having undiagnosed ADHD for so long, we're used to masking, and masking can put a bit of a strain on me, and that ends up like flaring up my symptoms for my health issues. So that's like one reason why people might not want to be on camera, and they could have like other like physical things that are viewable and they don't want to have that happen. Another one is security. There was one time where I had a photo and I thought, oh, this is like so innocent. It's a picture of me and my son. And I got a message and somebody said that they wanted to paint me. And I was like, oh, are you an artist? Like, can I see your work? And they were like, no, I'm gonna paint you the profile picture of you. I've never painted in my life. And that was so creepy because I'm like, you want to paint
So
me and my kid? So I freaked out and I ended up like removing my photo, and I was talking to somebody else about it, and they picked my now profile photo that I used for all of this from an old photo of mine so that it just felt like there was a little distance so I could feel like there was some security. And then the other thing is just the consistency. I wanted to know that I was going to show up. And because consistency, I believe, is like really important. And if I have to
mm,
choose between getting camera ready or just showing up and serving people, I would rather just show up and serve people because I'm a mom, a single mom to a 3-year-old. I have to make a choice. I can either be here with the people and help them, or I can like do my makeup and do my hair.
right.
So those are my 3 reasons, and then it's just become also so convenient. It's like if I wanna jump on a call, I can just jump on a call. And, other people that I've talked to is it's the potential of people finding them online. So that could be
Mm,
maybe they're trying to jump out and do something, and maybe they don't want their family and friends to know about it. But even more importantly, like, they could lose their job if they're trying to go out and be online and their job says, "No, you can't do that," or, "Are you trying to leave us?" And they could lose something before they're ready to quit. So those are the
right.
top 4 reasons that I have heard.
Right. Yep. I mean, Gary Vee said there that it might be a little bit more difficult or could take a little bit more time. Do you think that that's true?
Definitely. I know that, I decided when I first got on here because 'cause I've had experience outside of school, but I chose to start Skool and essentially do it from scratch. And, doing it the hard way. Like, I have a whole thing that I would like to do is, like, share with people that you can do this even if all you're doing is bringing your knowledge, even if you don't have, like, your networking and stuff. So, I came onto Skool completely brand new to this network and did it completely faceless, but it did take time. Like, you have to put more extra effort. You have to put more time with people because you are building a trust factor based on your consistency, your like do you keep your word? Do you, your integrity factor, your voice, people are going to hear you. You have to put yourself out there where you could get on a call and talk to somebody. And I know other people are like, you don't have to do that, but like if you're trying to do it the way that I'm doing it, which is faceless coaching, faceless like community owning, I feel like the voice is like huge. And there's
Mm.
some articles on it like the Zoom factor where you can have a stronger connection with somebody if you're not trying to read their facial expressions and stuff.
Yeah, I was curious about the voice part of it. How important do you think the voice is? Like, if you're gonna do it faceless, do you have to have your voice?
I think that there's no one right way to do it, but I think it's going to be very hard. Like even Gary Vee talked about it being slightly less effective, and
Mhm.
because the human connection factor, I think people connect with the voice. I think people connect with the voice way more than they do with a face.
I agree, yeah.
So I would say if you're not going to do your voice, you can still do it. You can figure it out. You just might have like a little bit of a harder time.
I mean, you've found a lot of success as a faceless, creator and community manager. Maybe you wanna talk a little bit about how that process happened for you?
Yeah. So one of my biggest things I talk about doing something called admin through action, and it's just like showing up genuinely and helping people. And I've been able to do some cool things. Like I was the admin for Jason Derulo when he started a school community. And I only did that by showing up and being my authentic self and being very helpful in the very get go. It's because my goal was that all of his members would know how to use the platform. And he saw
Mm,
that and he recognized that and he ended up messaging me and making me his admin. And then also I am now a temporary moderator. Now I'm not working for the school team right now, and this may be something bigger in the future, but right now I've gained the trust to be able to be a temporary moderator for school, which is pretty cool.
51,000 people in that
Yeah,
community.
it's the main Skoolers community. And part of that
Mm,
came from just being consistent and showing up. Like you can see that I'm the number 4 in the all-time leaderboard. Now, you normally can't find the leaderboard in like the tabs, but you can there's a little trick to it. So you can either use the URL or if you were going to like go to your own profile within the Skoolers, you would just click on the level and it'll take you to
mm,
leaderboards. Something just as simple as that is being helpful, like showing people how to navigate something. So that's kind of like what I
right,
did. And now I own also 3 communities.
right. And how does, showing up faceless work within your own communities?
So I take the time to show up like a member. I think is one of the main things is I'm going to go in there and I'm going to check things out daily like I would want a member to show up. And then beyond that, I show up and I care. Like one of my biggest things is talking about the SHR method, which is seen, heard, remembered. And you want people to feel seen. You want them to feel heard and you want them to know that you remember them. So there'll be moments where I'll have a conversation and I'll be like, "Oh, I remember this happened." Like, or how are you doing? Like you said this happened to
Mm,
you. What's going on with that? To check in with people. I'm a big fan of doing calls with your community. So much so that I've been given some heck for it. They're like, "You're doing too many calls." I'm like, "Well, oh well. I'm going to do it anyways." But I think you need to have that because if you're going about this as a faceless person, the people need that connection. They need to have you like top of mind. And if you're willing to put in the extra effort of showing up and connecting and caring enough to give as much good advice as you can, then people are going to feel that because that's a feeling. That's
right.
not necessarily anything to do with whether you can see or not.
Yeah, and I think that, like, if you're gonna be getting into owning a community and being on that end of things, being faceless definitely seems to have its advantages, like, the way even just being on Zoom calls myself, like, where I turn my camera off, like, I can be working out, I can be making breakfast, I can do all kinds of things and still be engaging, and, it's not distracting, whereas if I had my camera on, I couldn't do those things, so
Yeah.
there's advantages there too.
I 100% believe that I will probably never be like fully, uh, I'll probably stay faceless. Like, I don't think I'll fully ever go on camera. Now, if I can get my like health stuff figured out, I may eventually do that like with people that are in like a trusted inner circle. but that's like a couple of years down the road. And I would probably still stay mostly faceless because here's the thing, being a mom, my kid can be sick. My kid, like, this is a true story. My kid was throwing up and not doing good. And I was like, well, I have calls. And normally it's not, you don't
Mm.
have the flexibility of being like, oh, well, I'm going to have to call in. I can't do work now. My job is on the line. There's that provider pressure too, because like for single moms, you have to work. And I was giving him a bath, cleaning him off, comforting him, all while doing a Zoom call and still being present for both because, I think that might be easier for maybe women. I don't know. I'm not going to like fully claim that, but
I think that's probably true.
I'm able to help him and still answer and give good answers to my community.
So for somebody who's thinking about maybe starting a business online and they just don't want to put the face out there, what would you say to them in terms of how they could start or what they should do?
One of the things that I would probably say is, first of all, just accept whatever your reason for doing it. Firmly believe that this is the reason why I'm not doing it and know that you're sticking to it. Because a lot of people, there's going to be moments where they're like, well, just show up on camera. You don't have to give reasons. You can just be like, nope, I am doing this faceless. And if you don't feel welcome, just find somewhere that you are welcome in. It's been one of those things where it comes up quite often. And I'm just like, no, I'm faceless. And we move on. The other thing is don't challenge anybody. I'm going to say that right now. I get a lot of people that I know are creeping up on me, searching me. They'll even tell me, they'll get on a call with me and be like, I tried to do a deep dive internet search on you. And I'm like, okay, that's a great way to start a conversation with somebody that's already said they want to be faceless. Okay, that's great. But like know that if you challenge somebody, they're gonna try to find you, right? And even if you don't challenge them, it is a challenge in itself to be faceless. And just accept that. Just be like, I am me, I'm gonna do it. And if you are wanting to be faceless and you want to see how it's done, you are welcome to come follow me on either my YouTube channel or come see me in action. Like if you're in Skool, you'll see what I'm doing, and I do a lot of like admin through action. In fact, you'll be able to see that like in my Skool community. When you go through here, there's a way to unlock this community, and I talk about it right in here. And you'll be able to see how you can become impossible to ignore. And that is one of the ways that I've been able to get pretty much anything that I want when it comes to online presence and doing it the way that I'm comfortable. And if you don't want to be faceless, or if you have something else, if you just feel like you need somebody that's always going to be in your corner, that's what you get when you're in my communities. So if you end up wanting to join one of the communities, you can either join Build with Jenna. You could come on outside where we just post pictures of going outside. It's kind of like a reminder to be healthy outdoors. And or if you're in Skoolers and you do something, tag me. Come say hi in a comment or something. I'd love to talk to you.